Sam. That was weird. I like say your name really strangely. So I've had so many people asking me for an update for my eyebrows. As most of you know, if you don't know, now you know. I got my eyebrows microbladed. Microbladed is basically kind of like tattooing, except for instead of it's little cuts, basically, which is why it's called microblading. She takes a little razor with ink and just makes little cuts so that it looks more kind of like hair-like. And I will include footage from me getting it done in this video, as well as kind of like my before and then my after, right after, and then kind of like now. So I have now, when did I get my eyebrows done? Let me check my Instagram real quick, because Instagram documents my life. Oh my gosh, is the internet ever gonna like, our internet is so bad at this house. I got my eyebrows microbladed on August 14th. So it's now been over a month. It's been like, what, a month and a half. So this is what they looked like right afterwards. If we can focus on there. Yes, we can. So the light is like right in the way. Can we see that? Okay, so that's no makeup. That is just straight up microbladed eyebrows. So that's how amazingly natural they look. I did want to do this video because I have not gone back for my touch-up, because the lady that I went to is in Fresno, but she just moved to LA. So basically it's a little tougher for her schedule to just be like, you know, it's far away from me, and then it's also, she's in LA, so it's a little bit more difficult. But hopefully in October I will go to get my touch-up. But I thought it would be a very good thing to let you guys know what it's like now that I've had it for a month and a half and I have not had my touch-up, because she did recommend to me to get a touch-up after 4 weeks. However, time just has not been, it just hasn't worked out that way. I will leave all the footage in and you guys will be able to see the before and the right after. It does hurt. If you are thinking, oh, is it as bad? I've never had a tattoo, but I can tell you it was a little bit painful. At first it wasn't too bad, but then as she puts more cuts in and like cuts over the cuts, it was like, oh my goodness. It's definitely a little bit painful. It's not horrendous. You can't, like, it's not like you can't deal with the pain. However, it's definitely painful. It's a little bit sore. It's uncomfortable. It took about 2.5 to 3 hours altogether. So from the moment that she starts drawing on, and you'll see that in the clip, to actually cutting and putting the ink in and everything. Basically, she makes little cuts and then she puts the whole ink over, wipes it off, numbs it again, cuts it. Like, so there's a lot of steps to it. So it does take a little bit of time. It's definitely not something that you're gonna be like going in there and it's like, oh, that didn't hurt at all. It is definitely, you kind of, you know going in that it is gonna be a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of pain, because it definitely was a little bit more painful than I was expecting. So for 5 days, you're not allowed to wear any eyebrow makeup. You're allowed to wear your face makeup, you're allowed to wear eyeshadow, basically everything except for like eyebrow pencil or eyebrow powder. You just have to stay away from your eyebrows, which is a little bit difficult when you wash your face, because putting my makeup on was fine because I just like make sure I really went around it and didn't get anything on my eyebrows. But washing your face is a little bit tricky because you have to be super careful not to get them wet for 5 days. So when you're showering, you have to be so careful not to get your face wet. Like, obviously a little bit of mist will get on your face, but you just have to pat it dry. But when you're washing your makeup off at night, like, I had to be so careful to make sure that I was like going around and not getting any of my eyebrows off, because you want to make sure that ink is really getting in there and really getting like deep into the skin. So 5 days, no eyebrow makeup. You can wear everything else. No eyebrow makeup, no water. So no washing your face as far as your eyebrows go. Basically, you just have to stay away from your eyebrows. You can do everything, but you just can't do it on your eyebrows. Try not to scratch. Do not be scratching those eyebrows when they start to itch, because day 4, I think it was either day 3 or day 4, they started to scab up because they're little wounds, they're little cuts, and they were so itchy. And so I was like, oh, I just want to scratch them so bad. So basically what I would do is just press my finger and just kind of like put pressure on them, and that kind of like helped without having to itch. It's like when you're pregnant and your belly itches, and if you just kind of like massage oil, it kind of at least takes away some of that itch. So day 3, day 4, you will be itchy for sure. Day 5, is when I could finally wash my face, and that's when I noticed the scabbing really started to come off. So once you start getting your face wet, or day 6 I should say, once you start getting your face wet and start washing your face like normal, I was still kind of hesitant, like I was still really nervous, so I would be really careful around my eyebrows. But then like after a week I was like, okay, I think I'm good by now. So that's when I started to notice like the scabs coming off. It wasn't terrible, like I didn't scab up super bad. It was just like I noticed it was a little bit of dry skin and kind of just like, okay, it felt weird. Like when you touched it, it would feel like a bunch of little scabs, but it didn't look terrible. Kind of got a little bit lighter, but then after like a week and a half, then they came back a little bit darker, or like not darker, but like kind of what a normal color would be. So at first, the first day I got them, I was like, whoa, they're so dark. And the second day, they were super dark. So it is they change so much, which she warned me about. And I went to Julia Faria. I will leave her Instagram down below as well as her website. She actually works at Microblading LA right now. And she is amazing. She's so good. She takes her time to make sure everything is perfect. I would highly recommend her. So definitely check out her work on Instagram. She's awesome. She's in the LA area. She comes up every now and then to go to Fresno, but I think she's got quite a big clientele there. So I don't know how busy her schedule is, but I know that if you live in the LA area, or even if you want to travel down there, I would highly recommend going to her because she's so good and she's so nice, very inspiring lady. She's really lovely. She warned me that it would change a lot. It would be really dark and then it would look really light and then it would kind of even out. So it changes a lot. It's not just gonna, as soon as you're finished, you're not gonna look like that forever. It's not that way at all. Because at first I thought it was too dark and I was nervous, but then it started to fade out and I was like, okay, cool. Now that I've had it for a month and a half, it's faded quite a bit, and she said that would happen. She said that the first time you cannot get it to be perfect because, you know, you're starting from scratch. So she said the second time around is usually that's when it's like bomb. Like, yes, you are all good, and it probably won't fade quite as quickly because mine faded fast. So now I actually have to put eyebrow pencil on. So I've just been using the Goof Proof brow pencil from Benefit in number 2, which I really love. Here's what I love about microbladed eyebrows. Even though I still have to put my eyebrows on at this time because they have faded quite a bit, and I will show you what they look like now after I'm done talking so that you guys can see how much they have faded. There's such a nice base. You know how like when you have no eyebrows, every day is like starting from scratch, and so sometimes your eyebrows look amazing and sometimes they're crazy, like because you have to start it from scratch every single day. So you can never get it perfect, which was such a pain for me. That was my biggest complaint, is that it took so long to start from scratch to get the shape right. I'd always mess one up. It was never even. It was just driving me crazy. Now that I have the base down, even though it has faded, I already have my structure there. So all I have to do is just barely like kind of fill it in a tiny little bit. It's like I would have eyebrows. It's like for the people that have eyebrows already but still want them to look amazing. So if you have eyebrows already, you most likely kind of fill it in a little bit just to kind of make sure that everything looks like super groomed. And that's what I have to do now. So all I do is I just kind of brush them and then barely fill them in, and that's all I have to do. So it's a lot easier than when I had no eyebrows because it was starting from scratch and they'd always look crazy. And I feel like they just look more natural now. The shape that she made them was really nice. It was a shape that I never thought to do because, you know, you get stuck in your rut and you always do the same exact shape and then you never think to venture off. But because she was doing it professionally, looking at my face, she did what she thought would look the best on my eyebrows or my face, and I think she did a beautiful job. So I love it. I would recommend it, even though right now I'm faded and I can't just like walk out without having to do my eyebrows. It saves me so much time because it's literally just like a ding 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 and I'm done. It's like maybe 1 minute. I would honestly get it just for that, just to give yourself a base. Even if you do have to continue putting your eyebrows in or like filling them in, just so that you have that like professional eye of a shape, and then it's already there. The base is there. All you have to do is just kind of fill it in just a tiny little bit. So I'm really happy that I got mine done. It was probably the best thing I ever did for my face because it saves me a lot of time. And when I don't have makeup on, I don't look as crazy. Like even though they're faded out, I still look better than I did when I didn't have eyebrows. I feel like once I get the second one done, they're gonna look really good, and then hopefully they won't fade quite as quickly. And she said she said it would happen the first time. And then I won't have to do, hopefully, any, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's like you still want to fill them in anyway. I'm not sure. I don't know what it's going to look like the second time around, because sometimes your foundation, if you're being quick, you can get it on the tail end and then they'll fade into your, under your foundation, and you'll have to kind of put it in a little bit more anyway. So that's kind of like my experience and my thoughts on it. I highly recommend it. I'm super duper happy with kind of like the time that it has saved me for my makeup routine, as well as just like I feel a lot better when I don't have my makeup on, because I actually have eyebrows and I don't look like I'm crazy. Definitely do your research on who you're getting it done with, because it's, you know, it's on your face. It's not permanent for the rest of your life, but it does last. She said it lasts about 2 to 3 years, so it's on there. So make sure that you're finding someone that you trust, that you've seen their work, that you think is going to do a good job. Because if you just go to someone who maybe they're offering it really like a cheap price, but they don't have their work to show, I wouldn't do it. Make sure that you've seen their work, a lot of different people, a lot of different colors, you know, because everybody, like her coloring that she found for me was perfect. Once it faded out to be the normal color, it was like right on. It was the perfect amount of ash. Like, she really is very talented. So make sure you do your research. It's like anything, whether you're going to get Botox or lip fillers or breast implants or booty squirters, you know, they make your butt bigger, and I don't know. Anyway, anything that you're going to do to your face that's going to enhance your appearance, you want to make sure you're doing your research. So I recommend Julia. She's amazing. I would recommend traveling for her. I drove 4 hours there and 4 hours back just so that she could do my eyebrows. So 8 hours in total of driving, I feel like was worth it, because she was really good. There's kind of my thoughts. Like I said, she said that you do your first one, and then she said 4 weeks later you would do your touch-up. And then after that, she said you shouldn't have to do a touch-up for 2 to 3 years. It really depends on the person. Obviously, that's not like for every single person. Like I said, I will leave some clips in now so you guys can see what my eyebrows look like before and what they look like right after, as well as kind of a little bit of the process so you guys can see. I will also include the vlog for that day, because I vlogged the whole thing. So I will leave the vlog down so you guys can go watch that as well, which will have a little bit more in-depth. I'll leave a couple of the vlogs, like the days after as well, because I did kind of like talk about them a little bit every single day. So I will leave those linked down below for you. I think that's really all I have to say. I'll get a like kind of close up to show you like what they look like. So that's what they look like when I have product on. And like I said, it's just this Benefit, and I basically just fill in the little sparse bits. So it's pretty like easy for me. It takes barely any time at all. But I really like the shape that she did. She did a really beautiful job. So that's what my eyebrows look like now with the product on. I will show you what they look like tonight at the end of the day once I take all my makeup off, so you guys can see exactly how they look with nothing. And you'll be able to see that, especially this side for some reason faded a lot right in the front. And then this tail faded a lot. So it's interesting to see where they faded out. And then like there's a little bit of like patches over here. So it definitely did fade. But she did warn me that that would happen. Okay guys, so right now I am getting my eyebrows numbed. This is just numbing cream. Then she put like cling film over the top. So this is gonna sit for like, how long did you say, 15 or a minute? Or 20 minutes? 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And then I think she's going to draw. Are you gonna pencil it in?
Yes.
And then.
See what you want.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is the hard for us. I can
yes.
for people do.
So see how she puts the little hairs in there? So amazing. That's color that she's checking to make sure that it's the right color.
Always had a sweet tooth, never could avoid it. So baby, I'm a weakness, and you're just my type. When you said forever, sounded like you meant it. Caramel intention.
Oh my gosh, it looks so
natural.
good.
Tell it's so natural.
Wow.
My hairs and a bit more color in.
Oh my god.
And of course more hairs inside.
Look at that. Wow. They look like hair.
Yeah.
Look how natural that is, guys.
2 more here.
Okay. I have a tail and I have no makeup on my face, or on my eyebrows. Look how natural those strokes are though. It's really hard for me to like show. But look at that. I feel like they've gotten darker as the day's gone on, and I'm like beginning to like it more because it's starting to like blend in a little bit better. I have more hair naturally here than I do on here, but I feel like it's starting to like get a little darker and like fill in, and it looks really good. Look how amazing those are. They look like little hairs. It's so impressive. That is so detailed. Like even when, oh wow, that was really sore. Guys, how weird is this? I have no makeup on and I have eyebrows. That is so cool. I'm just like not used to it. It's just like so weird to have eyebrows. Whoa, it's gonna take some getting used to. So you can see like here, it's a lot lighter. You can see like where my eyebrow starts. This side is a little bit better. It kind of blends a little bit more, but it's faded at the bottom quite a bit. And then this tail has kind of faded a little bit, and then up at the top there's a couple little patches. This tail is actually pretty good. There's a couple of spots that have faded, you can probably see in there, but that tail's actually done quite well. The only thing on this one has, like, the top looks great still, it's just the front. So there's a kind of a quick look at what my face looks like without anything on them. Thumbs up this video if you found it helpful. If you know someone who is interested in getting their eyebrows microbladed and they're kind of going back and forth between tattooing and microbladed, send them this video, share it on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter, share it on your Instagram. That's the best thing, is just finding out everything you could possibly find out before you go and get a procedure done. Whether it's eyebrows or Botox or fillers or whatever you decide to do, research is always key, because you're trusting your face and your body with someone. You want to make sure they're bomb. Okay? That's it. I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Also on Friday, no makeup brushes challenge. I'm nervous. I haven't done it yet, but it's gonna be scary, I feel like.